A Kickstarter project to make any skateboard electric, Steam's first big VR sale, and Ultimaker makes a backpack for their printers? That's what I like. Hello guys, and welcome back to this weekly series I do where I talk about all of the strange, interesting, fun things I find in the news that I like, with background noise from construction going on in my backyard. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. First off, as I mentioned there in the intro, there's now a Kickstarter project. They've got like 28 days left for a product called Eon. And the point of this product is to turn any skateboard into an electric skateboard. Electric skateboards can go anywhere from $500 to $2,000 depending on what you want. The majority of the ones in the $500 range don't give you an awful lot. With this product, with this project, starting out at about $400 US, it's all in euros, so it's doing the conversions for me here. You can get a kit that will go up to 35 kilometers per hour, which is about 22 miles per hour, 24 kilometer range, about 15 miles, and it's only 4.6 pounds, 2.1 kilograms. There are a couple of other versions of the kits on there that can take you a little farther or maybe go up steeper hills, but again, getting back to it, the price point, it starts at a little over $400. For the speed and the distance you can go, that's really not a bad price as long as you have a skateboard you're willing to devote to it. Maybe if you have an older longboard or even a traditional cruiser trick type skateboard. I mentioned this first because I've recently sort of gotten back into skateboarding, just trying to learn how to skate, so I thought it was kind of interesting. Moving on. If you have an Amazon Echo device, the Amazon Echo is now capable of unlocking your door for you, provided you have an August smart lock. I do not have one of those. Still, it is a very nice step in a new direction, more home automation stuff being built into the Amazon Alexa Echo ecosystem. So yeah, if you got one of the Amazon Echo devices and an August smart home door lock, they can now talk to each other. OnePlus rolled out another update to the OnePlus 3, bringing it to version 3.2.2, addressing some previous issues that the people have had, specifically things like notification management in doze mode, some alert slider issues, and they've disabled the fingerprint sensor when it's in your pocket, which is a good thing. They've updated the 4K video recording codec, they've added an NFC toggle in the quick settings, improved noise cancellation in video recording, so very nice to see them continuing to do updates to these. But they've also released a soft gold color variant of the OnePlus 3, so if you didn't like the original one, you can now get it in a shinier, flashier color, so cool stuff there too. Verizon has launched the Moto Z and Moto Z Force. There's even a bit of a discount if you choose to purchase it. It looks like if you buy it outright right now, it starts at about $625, and I think they're even offering a free Moto mod on top of it. I can't really justify the price. I'm going to apologize again for the noises. I can't really justify the price of it for myself, but if I were in the market for something like this with a little teeny tiny bit of modularity to it, this is definitely a really nice looking device. MKBHD just did a video on them, and from his video, it kind of sounds like they're good devices, they're not really great devices. Meaning it has decent battery life, not great. It has a decent camera, not great. Good performance, minimalistic software. It's just Android with nothing else on top of it except for all the Verizon bloatware. And to pay $700 to $800 for that, plus whatever mods you want to buy to put on top of it, that's a little much for me, but maybe it's for you. Keeping things rolling, BlackBerry is rolling out another new device, the DTEK50, terrible name. It's going to be about $300, and the focus of it is security. That seems to be the BlackBerry way of doing things. They want the phones to be secure. And for $300, it's not a bad price for the device, but it's a 5.2-inch Full HD display, Snapdragon 617 processor, 3 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of storage. Looking at those specs, $300 sounds like a little bit much in my opinion. For those kind of specs, normally you'd expect to be $200 or even $150. The Snapdragon 617, that screams middle of the road. That does not scream $300 device. But if you're a BlackBerry fan and you don't want to pay the price for the much more expensive BlackBerries of the past, you may want to look into this one. Xiaomi made some news this week by rolling out their very first laptop, the Mi Notebook Air. It's super thin, it's super light, it's kind of like the MacBook Air, but it's cheaper. They say it's $750 in the Engadget article that I'm looking at, but it also mentions there's a $520 version. It's a smaller 12.5-inch model. It's a little bit slimmer, a little bit lighter. It's got the Intel Core M3 processor, no dedicated GPU. The flagship model, the $750 model, has a Core i5-6200U, a GeForce 940MX, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage with a PCIe SSD. Sounds pretty interesting. I don't know if I'm really ready to pony up $750 for another laptop at the moment, but if you're in the market for a laptop, might be worth taking a look at that. As I mentioned in the intro, Ultimaker has apparently decided that it's time to start carrying your 3D printer along with you. So if you buy an Ultimaker moving forward, I just looked at their site, it's about $1,200. It now will come with a free backpack. There's a picture and a video of someone walking around with it. It looks like a little bit much. The Ultimaker printer is a lot bigger than the little teeny tiny 3D printer that I've got here. If I want to take mine with me, I just grab the handle on the side of it and I go. With this one, it makes sense to have something to carry it along with you, but you're going to get a workout. But yeah, if you choose to buy an Ultimaker, look forward to getting a free backpack along with it. And again, as I mentioned in the intro, Steam is going to be holding its very first VR game sale this weekend. It's going on right now. It looks like you can get, 20 games right now, a 20 game bundle for $251. I looked through it, and there are a few titles in there that look really nice. Some titles that I don't have at the moment, but I can't pay that much for it. However, there are a lot of those games in that bundle that are also just discounted, like Space Pirate Trainer, normally I think $20, marked down to $12.74. Brookhaven Experiments marked down. Basically, just put it this way. If you have some sort of PC-based VR headset, head on over to Steam and see if there's anything out there for you. I'm probably going to pick up a few games of my own. Speaking of that, the game Adrift, which I've been told about several times before, supposedly an excellent game, at least my friend that keeps telling me about it says it's excellent, now works with the HTC Vive, and it's on sale right now. It's a $20 game marked down to $9.99. For my buddy that keeps telling me about it, he says it's amazing. Looking at the reviews over on Steam, it doesn't sound so amazing. I may still pick it up at $10 just to get that experience of floating around weightless in space and trying to find oxygen and whatnot through the Vive, using the controllers. Might be fun. Some more specs, some more information about the PlayStation VR came out this week. Apparently you're going to have 60 square feet of space to play. From the article over on CNET, they're recommending 3 meters by 2 meters, which I think is actually what I've got in my living room where I use the Vive. The Vive, however, only needs like 2 meters by 2 meters, if not a little bit less than that. So you're going to have a pretty decent amount of space if you want to play the PlayStation VR. And it looks like it's coming out sometime around October 13th. So let me know if you guys are interested in the PlayStation VR. I don't know if I can justify it myself, but I'll think about it more over the next couple of months, apparently. Moving on to some more VR camera type stuff. Facebook has open sourced its 360-degree video camera information. They've got things up on GitHub. You can learn how to build the camera. You can install its software. You can tweak the hardware and the software. Although you are going to have, they say, about $30,000 in parts to build the official version of it. You may be able to replace some of those parts. Who really knows? If you're interested in learning about building a VR camera and to see what goes on behind the scenes with it, check out their GitHub. And the very last thing I thought I'd talk about, because I've had a lot of things going on, a lot of interruptions going on. There's an article over on DP Review talking about the Panono. It's a 108 megapixel spherical 360-degree camera. 108 megapixels makes it the highest resolution VR 360 style camera that you can get right now, but it's got a $1,500 price tag to go along with it. Compared to some of the other ones, I've seen others that are in the neighborhood of $5,000 to $60,000. That's much, much less. And again, it's the highest resolution. It's got a little stick you can hold it on. Cool stuff. But again, unless you're going to be able to make money from it, $1,500 is an awful lot to ask for something like that. But links to everything that I talked about, including that story, can be found down in the description. That is going to be about all from me for today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you continue to enjoy this series as much as I enjoy talking about these things. Leave a thumbs up down below if you liked it. Subscribe to receive more when they become available, and I will see you again next time.